The mission of how I started podcasting and started Special Chronicles is giving respect and voice to those of us with special needs. I became an athlete leader of Special Olympics Illinois, and when I recorded the audio of the speeches that I was given and putting those up as podcasts, I soon received messages of encouragement, and I learned that it was a powerful platform and really helping to make a difference in people's lives. 12 years ago, I didn't expect that anybody would want to even listen to me. We have over 42,316 listeners per month. It's a humbling experience. I'm really grateful to make a difference in other people's lives. My friend and fellow Special Olympics Southern Shriver International Global Messenger, Brina Maxino, stops by the podcast for a rebroadcast of her impactful story. Episode 419 of the Special Chronicles Show begins right now on SpecialChronicles.com.
This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
Podcasting since 2008. This is the show where we're broadcasting disability stories from an insider's perspective, and we are giving a voice to people with special needs. This is your weekly guide to find and joy, acceptance, and inclusion.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome back to the Special Chronicles Show. My name is Daniel, founder of Special Chronicles and a Southern Shriver International Global Messenger Special Olympics. So excited to be back behind the mic. And a quick note that I would like to begin this episode for 119 with is to remind you to please join our supporters. SpecialChronicles.com/give is where you can go to really help us to produce these podcasts that are impactful, that are empowering. If you make a gift of $250, Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. So once again, at the $250 gift level that you make to this podcast, Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. So the links are in the show notes below to how you can donate and help to support Special Chronicles. We also remember SpecialChronicles.com is where you can go to follow our podcasts, our blogs, newsletter, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, follow, all those things that you do with podcasts. Make sure to do that on SpecialChronicles.com. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to share with you a rebroadcast. This is a conversation. This was a interview that Brina and I recorded 8 years ago, long before we were both Southern Shriver International Global Messengers, but we are going to rebroadcast that for you right now, and with also after that we'll take our sponsor break and we'll come back. I'm going to share with you a short video. Brina was recently featured in a Colgate commercial, and so it's a really powerful video of her story. So we'll share that with you in the second half of the program today. But first, a rebroadcast of my conversation with Brina from 8 years ago, right here on the Special Chronicles Show on SpecialChronicles.com. So you're listening to Special Chronicles right here at SpecialChronicles.com, and we'll be right there with Brina.
My advice would be to just try your hardest.
It takes a lot of training to start the World Games. Like, I have a learning disability. It's education across the board for everyone, every American, every citizen of the world should just be aware of learning disabilities.
Today's guest on the Special Chronicles podcast, we're speaking with Brina, who's a Special Olympics athlete in the Philippines. Welcome to the podcast, Brina.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
Awesome. So let's begin with having you introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about yourself and your family and what disability you have.
Okay, hi everyone. I am Brina Kei Maxino. I am 16 years old. I am a first year college student taking AB history. I live in the Philippines with my parents, Eastern and Alina. My two sisters are Aline and Colleen. I am the middle child and I have Down syndrome.
Great. So let's begin with having you tell us about how did you get started in Special Olympics?
I got started in Special Olympics last year. The National Director of Special Olympics Philippines, Kei Samson, invited me to join Special Olympics after she watched me co-MC an event of the Down Syndrome Association of the Philippines.
Great. So why did you decide that you want to participate in Special Olympics?
Kei explained to me and my family what Special Olympics is about. We liked what we heard and we decided that participating would be good for my development.
Great. So what sports do you play in Special Olympics?
I love bowling. I hope I can be good at it. I have formal lessons every Thursday.
Great. And what's your favorite part of competing?
I have not joined any competitions yet, but I play with the SO teams. My favorite part when I get strikes and spells.
Great. And are there other sports that you like to play as well?
I also like basketball.
Right.
But I got to play that only in my high school PE classes.
Yeah. And do you play basketball on a team?
No.
Oh, no, just for fun.
That's the fun.
Good. And what would you say to encourage others to get involved in Special Olympics?
I will tell them that Special Olympics can help in the physical and social development of people with intellectual disabilities. It can teach people to be accepting and kinder those with special needs.
Great.
And the activities foster friendships and are fun.
Great. And so in addition to competing in a bowling, you said you also are advocating and you're speaking as a global youth ambassador for Special Olympics. How did you get started as a global youth ambassador?
They encouraged me to apply to participate in the 2013 GIAS or Global Youth Activation Summit that was held during the 2013 Special Olympics World Video Games in South Korea early this year. I was lucky to be chosen as one of represent the Asia Pacific region.
Great, great. And can you share with us about any of the lessons that you received to become a global youth ambassador?
I tried to learn what I can about Special Olympics before I attended the Global Youth Activation Summit. Then I tried my best to participate and learn during the summit, which was a training for the Global Youth Ambassadors. Even before joining Special Olympics, I had my regular speech therapy sessions. Since I have some speech difficulties because of my condition, I do all reading practices. I also accept invitations to speak or MC so I can develop my confidence in speaking to groups. I guess that all worked because my family and I got elected to be the co-chairs of the 2015 Global Activation Summit to be held in Los Angeles during the 2015 Special Olympics World Summer Games. It would really be nice to meet you there.
Awesome. And do you like speaking when you speak to groups? What's your
Yes, I am.
Do you also plan to participate in the athlete leadership programs for Special Olympics as a global messenger? Why why do you want to become a global messenger to continue speaking?
My parents were told that I am a good candidate to join the athlete leadership program and must really become a global messenger. I am looking forward to that because I think that can be an exciting future for me in Special Olympics.
Great. And I'm also a global messenger, and it's a lot of fun to be able to speak and tell other people about how great Special Olympics is. You also, I read on the Special Olympics blog that you have also participated in some of the All World campaigns to spread the word to in the world. And why do you feel that ending the world retard is important?
Only the use of the R word is important because it is insulting and hurtful being used as a joke. It was just hate, discrimination, and exclusion, which is not what God wants us to learn.
Okay, good. And what will you say to people, or what do you say to people when you tell them about why the All World campaign is important?
I tell people the All World campaign is important because there are people who do not realize they are hurting others by using not only the word we thought, but also its other forms like mongoloid, autistic, moral, stupid, and many others. We have to teach society that using such labels is discouraging and degrading. I know that people with intellectual disabilities like me may be slower in many ways, but we do have projects to given the chance of education and training. I believe we can be capable, contributing members in our communities.
Great. That's really good to in the R word. Before we let you get back to the end of your day, is there any final thoughts that you would like to share with our listeners about our time together?
Yes, I would like to thank you, Daniel, and your listeners for giving me this chance to share my thoughts. My family have been blessed with the opportunities that Special Olympics have opened up for me. I hope that more people get to know how beautiful Special Olympics is and join the movement to make this world a better, kinder, and more understanding place to live in. Again, thank you.
Thank you once again, Brina, for taking the time to come on Special Chronicles, and it's been great talking with you, and look forward to talking with you again soon.
Bye.
And you all have enjoyed that interview with Brina. Keep listening here at Special Chronicles. We'll be right back after this first break. Oh, it's a break time. It's a break time now. Okay. And we are going to take speaking of that break, perfect time to take a break. Our guest on the Special Chronicles Show has been a rebroadcast of my interview with Brina from 8 years ago. When we come back from this break, we'll hear a more of an update to Brina's story. In sharing with you a recent video from the Colgate. Everybody knows Colgate, the toothpaste. I think that's what most people are familiar with. But Colgate featured Brina in this brief video. And so we'll share that with you after the break right here on SpecialChronicles.com. We'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's special.
Hi, my name is Lisa Noble, and I'm a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and an athlete with Special Olympics Illinois.
Hi, my name is Daniel Smrokowski, and I also am a ComEd Energy Force Ambassador and founder of a company called Special Chronicles.
The ComEd Energy Force program is a program that hires people with disabilities to teach the public how to save energy and money.
It's the country's first energy efficiency program of its kind.
Saving energy is especially important while everyone is at home due to COVID-19. we're using more electricity than ever before. Just think about how many more times you are opening the refrigerator door these days.
And while the economy is stressed, it's more critical than ever to save money where we can. Following these tips can save energy and money in this time of COVID-19.
Wash your clothes in cold water and use the dryer sparingly.
Your dryer can take up to 7 times more energy than the washer.
Turn off and unplug any electrical devices or power strips you are not using.
Electrical devices can continue to zap power even when turned off if they're still plugged in. We call them vampire devices.
Use LED bulbs.
They use 25% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last up to 25 times longer, saving you lots of money over time.
Keep your refrigerator between 35 and 38 degrees.
And be sure to use Energy Star appliances.
And last but not least, check out PodmanDan.com/home savings for more tips and rebates.
Lisa and I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to us today.
Remember, we are all in this together.
Stay healthy.
And stay safe.
Bye.
COVID-19, better known as coronavirus, has spread throughout the world. Information about children with this disease is limited, but they are known to have had mild symptoms. Many organizations are responding accordingly depending upon their area. It's best to stay home and away from others, especially when sick, and continue following healthy hand wash guidelines, covering mouth and nose and not touching your face or high-touch surfaces. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces regularly, and for more information, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Thank you.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality,
dignity,
and the recognition of our
shared humanity. We will not stop
or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
And coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution
is inclusion.
Find out more at jointherevolution.org.
You're listening to the Special Chronicles Show on specialchronicles.com. And I want to remind you all that if you applause, but if you applaud and also if you make a gift of $250 to this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give, or you can text give 250 to 833-953-2598. That's text to give 250. That's text to give 250 to 833-953-2598. And Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of the Call to Unite book. So once again, if you make at the $250 level, that gift level of 200 at the $250 gift level to donate that to this podcast, specialchronicles.com/give, or you can text give 250 to 833-953-2598. Then Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of the book called To Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. So please, if you would like me to continue, as Tim said, if you'd like me to continue to broadcasting my message of faith, hope, and awakening, I just like Tim said, we know it's a lot for some of you. It's a lot for a lot of you. But like Tim said, consider how powerful it will be. So I and all the people that I talk to on this podcast can continue to have their voices heard. So we can continue sharing these stories on this podcast on specialchronicles.com. So please, from the bottom of my heart, please consider making a gift of $250 to this podcast specialchronicles.com/give, or you can text give 250 to 833-953-2598, and Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. So that is all support of how you can support. Oh, did I switch to a different slide already? Quickly. With that, let me just briefly introduce you to the second half of the program today. Is my friend Brina from Special Olympics Philippines was recently featured in Colgate, the toothpaste Colgate. They're known for smiles. Featured her in a video, and it's a video that's titled, and I'm kind of using the same title for this week podcast episode, but a smile that go. What's the? Let me see if it's on that. I think it's on. There we go. A smile that goes beyond expectations. Hashtag smile strong. So again. A smile that goes beyond expectations. That is, I think you see that on the screen right now. If you are watching the audio podcast, go check out the video on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, where we are just go to specialchronicles.com, click on episode 419. Specialchronicles.com/show is our podcast page, and you can look for episode 419. I'm just in the if you listen to this on audio podcast, look in the description below, and you can find the show notes, and in the show notes you can find the video on YouTube for this episode, and that's what we're gonna share with you right now in just a moment. And so hopefully YouTube doesn't flag this, but showing you because it was really powerful. And yeah, so once again, so here's this video of Brina being featured on Colgate. I think I have to hold on. I think I have to share the screen. There we go. Okay. So you can to see the screen. See? Hold on. In the past, we know how if they would play a video and you would just hear the audio, but now, thanks to the awesomeness that is StreamYard, and by the way, the link is also in the show notes we forward link for StreamYard if I can find it. I've got it. At least I thought I had it. Here we go. Specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. You can get 10,000 credit by signing up using our we forward link, and then Special Chronicles will benefit from that. So, yeah, thanks to the awesomeness that is StreamYard, you're able to actually see the video as opposed to just hear it. But again, if you listen to the audio podcast, and you can see it anyways. Oh boy. So I can't wait to meet up with Brina again and all of our fellow SSIGMs. I know we have a Zoom meeting in a couple weeks, few weeks, 3 weeks. I feel like it's 3 weeks from now, something like that. But I can't wait to meet up in person again and hang out with Brina. You guys saw on the graphic for this picture, Brina and her mentor and I, of us hanging out. But I can't wait to hang out again with Brina and all of our fellow SSIGMs in Kazan, Russia in January 2022. So I can't wait. It's so much fun hanging out with Brina. And so right now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to a video message, a video of Brina being featured in a video by Colgate, a smile that goes beyond expectations. And here's that video.
I tell you a story. Ever since I was small, people had low expectations of me.
When Brina was around 5-6 years old, a psychologist told us that Brina's IQ was very low.
I was told that I cannot even finish grade school. created as class valedictorian. I felt surprised when the staff was announcing my name. I felt like
She graduated high school valedictorian and she finished college with 3 degrees. Somebody from Special Olympics saw the potential in her. She was chosen as global ambassador and she delivered speeches all over the world.
my daddy, he inspires me to spread awareness, promote inclusion, acceptance, courage, dignity, passionate with people with intellectual disabilities like me throughout the world. In China, Malaysia, Singapore, Greece, I met the President Barack Obama and his wife. I'll tell you something too. I like teaching young children with intellectual disabilities like me. I'm proud not to live an ordinary life. I'm proud to live an extraordinary life. So when they say that I cannot do something, I smile.
Miles Strong. And once again, that is a video of Brina being featured on Colgate. Hold on. So let me close that video out. I really hope you enjoyed that. I'll try to share it again. If you follow Special Chronicles on Twitter or on Facebook, I will try to share out just the video again. So you guys could go check out our Twitter or Facebook feeds, pages. Is that what it is? Pages, feeds, something like that. Go check out Special Chronicles Twitter and Facebook pages. The links to that and all of our social media is on specialchronicles.com. Just click on the Twitter and Facebook links at the top, and you can find our social media pages there. But I will try to share on our Twitter and our Facebook pages to the video, if you would like to watch and share it. It was really well done. What Colgate? It was really awesome of Colgate to feature Brina, and I'm excited to also to have you guys see that on this podcast, but also prior to the first half of the episode, you heard my interview from 8 years ago with Brina. So hopefully over the maybe later this year, we'll see. I think there's still fellow SSIGMs I'd like to feature. Asib, and he just started his own business, and Codis is a great artist and illustrator, and Miriam is awesome, and Nasha is a great leader as well. And so I believe those are the 4 of those that we have not featured yet. So if you go to specialchronicles.com/SSIGM conversations, that is where we have archived all of the conversations with my 4 SSIGMs, including my own story as well. So yeah. So that's awesome. And all the time we're always updating specialchronicles.com. So go there. Like just a quick, as we come to a close now, let's just brief kind of what's coming up, just so you guys can stay tuned. Our plan is now to be recording live streamed new episodes, as well as new episodes dropping on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and wherever you listen to your podcasts on Mondays at 6 p.m. Central Time. That's Central Time in the U.S. Is when we will live stream, and then the podcast will be up shortly after we're done with the live. So whether we are pre-recording a conversation and then airing it, either way, you can look forward now on Mondays to so we'll trying a new time and a new prime time when hopefully we can. As we continue to grow our audience, yes, we're always increasing our listeners and viewers, but we want to increase our audience and our listeners even more. And so this is just this kind of came out of a internal meeting that we had as Special Chronicles, and so hopefully we can this new time, Mondays 6 p.m. Central Time, we can we'll help with that. But again, coming up, we'll be having the chief of sport and competition at Special Olympics International, Lou, who fellow SSIGM Ian and I actually met him at the Berlin reception at the Abu Dhabi World Games. So Lou is excited to come on this podcast, this program, and so I'm excited to share with you guys on our road to Kazan 2022. Share with you a little bit of a behind the scenes of what it takes to exactly manage a global World Games, a global event, a World Games, the largest sport and humanitarian event for those of us with intellectual disabilities. So you look forward to that coming up. Hopefully next. Wait, hold on. Yeah, hopefully next week. I think. Hopefully, if we can get it planned. I am hoping. That's my plan next week. So first week of April. So whatever the Monday is. Again, the time might be a little. We might have to. Again, I say subject to change because next week's time might be pushed back a little bit, just because I've got another meeting that kind of runs up to this live recording time. So stay tuned. But we will. That's coming up, and then also we've got a few other guests. I'm still trying to plan, but coming up we the middle of April through the end of June. So that's the middle of April, and then all of May and all of June. So we have 2.5 months of 11 new episodes of our ComEd Energy Force podcast series, and this is we've done 5 already, and so now by the end of June 2021, we will have a total of 16 episodes, a total of 10 hours of content that celebrate the ComEd Energy Force program's 10th anniversary. And so 2.5 months of new ComEd Energy Force content is coming to you on this podcast. So hopefully you guys will all stay subscribed, because you will hear more impactful stories from fellow ComEd Energy Force ambassadors. So that we've got tons of new content for you guys coming in the next 2.5 months. So exciting content that I have been working really hard behind the scenes planning and getting ready for the series that we have coming up, ComEd Energy Force. So stay tuned, you guys. I am just so excited to bring you some new content as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the ComEd Energy Force program. Again, you US mentioned ComEd Energy Force for the past. This is now our 4th year of partnership with them. So on every episode for the past 3-4 years now, he was talking about it now, and so now we'll get to actually meet some of the couple vice presidents and a couple staff and not all, but a select few ambassadors of the 2021 team for ComEd Energy Force. So look forward to bringing you that in the coming 2.5 months. So lots more content. And I hope you guys all will stay subscribed. We remember, if you have enjoyed this podcast, I hope you all will go on to specialchronicles.com/show. All of our social media links are at the top: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to all of our blogs. Once again, specialchronicles.com/show is where you can go. You can also follow, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, any social media, at PodmanDan, PodmanDan, at PodmanDan. If you want to find out what I'm doing when I'm not on air. I did get the COVID-19 vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson one, a week ago, and so so that's just an update that I didn't expect to share with you all, but Yeah. Stay tuned. Our newsletter will give you more updates there as well. And so remember, once again, if you make a $250 gift, the $250 gift level to this podcast, specialchronicles.com/give, or you can text give 250 to 833-953-2598. That's text give 250 to 833-953-2598. And Tim Shriver will send you a free autographed copy of his new book, The Call to Unite, Voices of Hope and Awakening. Once again, at the $250 gift level to this podcast. So hopefully you all can really look down deep into your heart and just consider how powerful that $250 gift level to this podcast will be. It really goes a long way. And with that, we'll be back next week with another exciting new episode right here on the Special Chronicles Show on specialchronicles.com. And until then, have a great week. And remember, choose to include. We'll see you next week. Until next week, remember, choose to include.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.